What's up guys, welcome back today to another video on this channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a book so spectacular, I bet you have never heard of it. Yeah, in this video, we're going to be talking about The Maze Runner, which I have right here. The Maze Runner has been written by James Dashner, and not many people have heard of it. Just go over it. Yeah, 3 movies have already been made on this epic series, and for some reason I decided that I'm not going to be paying attention to those movies and I'm never going to pick up the book series. So I've not watched the movies, alright? I just saw a few trailers coming out, specifically the one in 2018, which was The Maze Runner, The Death Cure. So I heard about it the first time from there. But when I discovered it was a book series, and I decided at that point to just grab it and start reading, which was quite recently. So I just got this book myself and I decided to take out my recording gear and just start talking about this series and discuss it with you guys because we can read alongside, right? So let's talk about the first book, which is The Maze Runner. So this is the cover design, though I'm not sure if this is the official cover design because after the movie was made, as it is done to several other books, once the movie is made, you can just take the clips from the movies, take them, turn them into a photo, just Photoshop them and slap them onto the cover of the book and start selling editions through that method. So if this is the official cover of the book, the way it actually came out when it was released, I'm not sure. But this is a book which I have, and it's been written by James Dashner, who is an author for young adults and children. So, first of all, before we talk about the storyline, which is the main essence of this book, what I wanted to talk about was its journey to becoming, from a book, it became a movie, right? What I wanted to talk about right now was this book was released quite a long time ago, and its adaptation into a movie is spectacular. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out some trailers of the movies, maybe some clips, which it's been created beautifully, and everything that James Dashner visualized about the characters and the entire storyline has been captured amazingly into the movies. And obviously, to all you people out there who love special effects and visual effects, yes, this movie and this book are filled with all of those kind of stuff, which don't actually exist in real life. So now you must be thinking, he's going into fairy tale mode. Don't worry, I'm not going into fairy tale mode. What I want to talk about right now is the storyline of this book, because that is spectacular. And let me just tell you, it's in a completely imaginary world, and it's been fantasized quite a lot, but it has nothing to do with fairies, which is what people think when they hear fantasy. So let's just talk about the storyline. This book talks about a young boy whose name is Thomas, and he's a teenager. He finds himself conscious in an elevator shaft where he finds few people looking at him. And for some reason, he can't remember his last name, he can't remember where he's from, he can't remember who were his parents. Only thing that he remembers is his first name, that is Thomas. So as he goes into that world, he sees that there are several people watching him. And he has no idea who those people were. He had never seen them before, and even if he had, he won't remember because he lost his memory. So one thing he notified in this book, he specifically mentioned that once a person loses their memories, they do not lose their common sense. So yeah, if you lose your memories right now, you will still know what a parent is. You'll still know how to talk. You'll still know how to converse. You'll still know what friends are. You'll still know what school is. But what you won't remember is which school you went to, who were your parents, and who were your friends, if you get my gist right now. So it's the same thing that happens with Thomas right here. And before we jump into the storyline even further, this book is written from a third-person view, so it's not from a first-person view. So you can literally see Thomas's name being written over and over again. Now, as he enters into that world, he sees that all the people are talking they're talking in English, but they're using some words which are, they sound made up. Because, as he mentioned, he's not forgotten how to talk. And all those words, they sound weird and foreign to him. So over there, he's introduced to all these people, and they tell him that he's found himself in the middle of the Glade. Yes, the Glade. The Glade is a place where teenagers have to fight to survive and find their way out of a maze that changes almost every single day. But that's what Thomas does not know. People were trying to keep it away from him because he was a newbie there, and nobody wanted to give him the entire, all the horrifying details of the maze right away in case they, well, plunge him into madness. So they ease him into the fact that he's into a new world and he won't remember anything of his past life. So Thomas, well, for some reason he takes it pretty bravely. And as I say bravely, I don't mean like, chest puffed and all ready. No, what I mean is that he didn't react like all the other gladers had. They had started crying, they had started screaming when they first heard the news, as revealed later on in the book. But Thomas did not. He took the news very calmly and he tried to, find a solution to that, trying to find out more from the people he was with. So they told him to just go and get a good night's rest and they'll explain everything in the morning. So fast forward to a few more days, Thomas has been given a nice tour around the glade. And he's being called the Greenie. Greenie as in a new layer of grass, that kind of greenie. And Greenie as in the new layer of grass, as in the newbie, as in the new person to enter the maze. He comes to know a few things. One, that every 1 month, a new person, a new human being is sent into the maze to try to find their way out along with the other gladers every month. So he was going to be one human being to come this month, the next month somebody else would come. So yeah, it's like a repeating pattern. And supplies were sent through the elevator shaft almost every day. So food supplies, water supplies, everything was coming there. But other than that, all the teenagers there were pretty self-sufficient. They had farms, they had water sources, irrigation, everything. And all of them had like jobs because there were keepers, there were slopers, and people who used to cook, people who used to clean, all of that stuff. So that was pretty organized. So to have a teenager do all of this stuff, like there was one leader, and well, they won't classify it as leader because they all wanted to live together at an equal level. But still, there was one person, one boy who was in charge of everything, and well, he did a nice job and everything was going smoothly until Thomas showed up. So on his first night, he understood everything about how the maze works. But a few days later, he tries to rush out of the maze to save two people who were stuck there. Reason being, every night the gates of the maze close. And if we just jump into the cover of the book, and by that I don't mean jump into the cover of the book, I mean just talk a little bit about the cover. As you can see here, the maze was huge, like with huge pillars, like huge, not huge, huge. So like it was pretty massive. So if you can see, the size of one of these pillars is almost as high as a building. So walls literally that big used to move and shut down every day at the night. And there used to be horrifying creatures called grievers living out there, and they used to sting you. They sting you, and well, if you're out there for a whole night, you're dead. Forget it, you're never coming back. But if for some reason you survive just a sting from the grievers, who are sluggish-like creatures with huge razor blades across their entire body, and they can roll. I mean, literally roll into a ball and come at you fast. So if you manage to get one sting and you're still saved, you undergo something that is called the changing. So it's actually pretty hard to explain. So what actually happens is, how exactly do I explain this? Right. So when you get stung by a griever, you go into the changing, which means a process through which you remember all of your past memories which you had forgotten. But for some reason, some people see different things. Some people see the past world differently, so nobody can make sure if everything that they see is real or not. Because one boy even suspected the memories to be planted, as in fakely, just put into your head, which is weird, which is horrible. But everybody wanted to get back at the creators of the maze for putting them there. So Thomas arrives, and not even 2 days after Thomas's arrival, a girl enters the maze with a note. She's in a coma, but she has a note with her that says she's going to be the last one ever. Did you get it? She's going to be the last one to ever enter the maze, and their supply of people was stopping, and they had to work out the code themselves. But for some reason, it was found out that Thomas and this girl, Teresa, were kind of linked up in their past world. And one boy remembered the past world, but every time he tried to talk about the past world, something inside him controlled himself to try to strangle himself. And Thomas and Teresa can talk telepathically, and they think that there's some kind of conspiracy by the creators to try to put them there to find the smartest people who will never give up and try to find their way out of a very, very difficult maze. If you got everything on that, please leave a like on this video. So overall, The Maze Runner is a really, really interesting book, and I can sit here and explain it to you. Even as you know, I don't usually give out everything of the stories, but still, even if I were to sit here and start explaining every single detail of this book, it will take days, like literally days, over 72 hours of me just continuously talking. And so we're not going to be doing that, don't worry. Just make sure you give this video a big like and grab your copy of The Maze Runner. If you're not an avid reader, just try to read this book. You'll get hooked, I promise. And if you still don't want to, just go ahead and watch the movies, because the storyline is something that you should really understand and something that will really ignite your imagination. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you're not already, please become a subscriber today and join the Genius Apple team. Make sure you click the notifications bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. And there's a YouTube glitch going around that randomly unsubscribes people from the channel. So if you could just check to see if you're subscribed and check that subscribe button, it would be greatly appreciated. Just give it a try, because subscribing helps the channel out in the best way possible. So thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video.